Dear friends, I am Arjun Krishna. After a long break, I am again with you. In this COVID season, I had learned different tools for video editing and 3D animation. Are you interested in studying 3D? I am trying to share what I have learned so far, especially in Blender. Blender is a fantastic tool for 2D animation and 3D animation, sculpting, VFX, and much more. I am planning to give you tutorials of Blender from basics to advanced level. This video focusing on basics of Blender and those who knows the basics of computer operation can easily follow. You need to practice these basics and its shortcut keys so you can easily follow in the next level. Okay, we can start now. For downloading Blender, first go to blender.org in your browser. Blender.org. Then click the download link here. Then you can see the latest stable version, Blender 2.90.1, which is the latest stable version. I am a Windows user, so that's why it's defaultly Windows installer. So if you are a Mac OS user, you can click and download it. If you are a Linux user, you can click and download it. I am a Windows user, so I am downloading the Windows installer. So when you click that, you will see this screen and it will download. When you download it, you can see the installer. Double click on it. Click next. Then click this checkbox. Then click next. Please leave these default options. Click next. Then click install. So you see this screen. Click S. So it will install. Then click. After that, click the finish. When you open the Blender, you will see this splash screen, advanced splash screen. Under that, new file general or click anywhere in the screen. What we are seeing is the viewport or 3D view of the Blender. In this viewport, you can see 3 objects by default. This is the default cube Blender providing for making something. If we don't want, we can remove it by press X, then click delete or delete key on your keyboard. In this area, you can see what key I am pressing. So always check here for the shortcuts I am using. All the mouse actions also will be displayed here, so you can easily follow. And you can see a camera here. As in real life, camera is used to shoot or record a 3D view or 3D scene. Also there is a light here. We can discuss it later. Now we can see how to add an object. To add an object, then at the just below the main menu, you can see a sub-menu. Here there is a button and click on it. You can see mesh. Many basic objects inside the mesh. I am adding a cube here. I am again deleting it by pressing delete key. You can see a circle here. This is the cursor. When we add an object, it will be placed at cursor portion. If you want to add some objects to any other portion, then you need to move this cursor to your desired portion. For moving, first click the cursor button on this left tool menu and click the mouse button anywhere on viewport. Now the cursor will be placed there, or you can click and drag to anywhere. Now if you add an object from mesh, it will be placed at the new position. Shortcut for adding a mesh is Shift A. It will show you the mesh menu and you can add any object. Moving an object. To move an object around the viewport, click the Move tool in the tool menu. Now you can see three handles. If your object is not already selected, click and select the object. There is three arrows will help you to move the object at three axes, namely X, Y and Z. Here red arrow represents X axis. Now if you click on red arrow and you can easily move the object only at X axis position. If you don't want action, escape key on your keyboard. And the green arrow represents Y axis. Click and drag. Now you can see it will only move the object in Y axis. If you don't want action, press escape key on your keyboard. The blue arrow represents Z axis. On clicking and dragging using three arrows, you can easily move the object without flipping to another axis. The shortcut for Move tool is G. G for grab. If you press the G key in your keyboard, you can move at any position. Press G, then grab anywhere using mouse and use your left mouse button to place it anywhere. You can also use G plus X keys to move on the X axis easily. Again, you can use G plus Y axis to easily move to Y axis position. Same can be along with Z axis. Also using the Move tool, you can see a circle and you can click on it and drag any axis position. Now about Rotate tool. You can click Rotate button from the tool menu to activate it. It will show rotate handles on the selected object. If the object is not selected, then you need to select it to see the handles. First of all, you can rotate using X, Y and Z axes. Red to rotate in X axis and green to rotate on Y axis and blue for Z axis. Z. Also you can see a white circle there. You can use this handle to rotate in any axis simultaneously. If you don't want action, press escape key. You can see the location rotation properties by clicking the object properties window. Also you can see this here. You can see the properties changing when you rotate the different rotation handles. Also you can see another rotating tool called trackball here in this area. When you move your mouse, you can see a circle appearing here. On clicking anywhere on it and by dragging, you can rotate your object to any direction you want. If you don't want action, press escape key. You can access rotate tool by pressing R key in your keyboard. If you don't want action, escape or plus X will enable you to rotate in X axis and R plus Y to rotate in Y axis and R plus Z to rotate in Z axis. Press escape. Next is the scale tool. We can use it to increase and decrease the size of the object. For that, select the scale tool and select the object. It will show three scale handles like other tools. We already discussed red to scale the object in x direction, S, Y, or green to scale the object in y axis, and blue to scale the object in z axis. Also, you can click this circle to make it big or small. If you don't want the action, press escape key. By using the key S alone, you can size the whole object bigger or smaller. If you don't want the action, escape. Next is the transform tool. You can also use the transform tool to move, rotate and scale. All three types of handles in one place. Click the red arrow to move likewise. Use this red curve to rotate. Then use this handle to size it. Now I am saying about the select tool, which is used for selecting an object by clicking anywhere on the object. You can click anywhere in this cube or in this camera and you can select it. Also, you can click and drag the viewport and select multiple objects. You can press shortcut A to select all objects in the viewport. Also, you can use double A to deselect all, or you can use Alt A to deselect. Different types of select tools can be shown by clicking select and or left mouse a few seconds. Click on quick select tool. Now you can click on object and grab it to anywhere. That is the use of quick selection. Next is select circle. Before using this tool, we need to know something about this object. See this tiny orange circle on this cube. This is called origin of the object. If we need to select the object by clicking the origin of the object, then the circle selection tool can be used. Click the origin and select that cube. Next is lasso selection tool. It can be used to create a path in the viewport and you can select all the objects behind it. You can press W to switch in between the different types of select tools. We already discussed about the origin of an object. Now you see this scene, also called 3D world, has three main axes, brand, and the point it meets is called world origin. Now see our cursor is here. If you want to move this cursor to world origin, you can use shortcut Shift S. Shift S. To snap, see the snap menu. You can click cursor to world origin so that the cursor will be placed at the position of the border. If you want to place the cursor somewhere, you can select the cursor tool and click on it left mouse and drag it to anywhere. Especially when you are on any other select tools. You can use shift right click mouse button and drag the cursor to anywhere you want. Again, return the cursor to the world origin, shift S and cursor to world origin. We have already talked about the origin of the object. We can also move the origin of an object to somewhere we want. For it, First, you need to place your cursor to the point where you want to move the origin of the object. Now right-click the object and select Set Origin to 3D cursor. Then select it. Now we can see the origin of your cube moved to the place where we put the cursor. Now if you press R key for rotate, you can see your object is rotating differently than we seen before because its origin is far away from the cube. It always rotates based on where its origin is. Now, if we want to put back the origin to its object's geometry, then right click, set origin to geometry. Now, if you press R and try rotating, you can see it's rotating differently than before. I hope you understand how the origin influences rotation. This is another handy way to move the object to the position where our cursor is. First, Shift S, then Selection to cursor. It will snap our object to the position of the 3D cursor. Now, if you want to move your cursor to your object, select your object, then Shift S, then cursor to selection. Now you can see your cursor is now at the cube. You can press N on your keyboard to close and open. Okay. So the first part of our basic tutorial is over. If you have any doubt, you can type the comment in the comment section. I will try to explain it. So in the second part, we will study how to edit an object. Thank you.